it's Chai.
And Rap, and welcome to our March episode of Church Alive. Wow, I think
Yung outfits natin medyo telling.
Clue ba yan sa ating topic for this episode, Chai?
Yes. So, ikaw si?
Kung hindi nyo nakikita, I am wearing brown, yellowish and green. Hindi nyo nakikita yung blue.
But may blue and white for Mama Mary.
For Ateneo. Ay,
Yes,
pala.
uy! May meaning to.
May meaning. Medyo, siya, subtle.
Subtle way of
Where are my
alluding to our topic for this episode.
Naya naman yung subtle ko sa alluding.
Hindi, yaman na okay na yun. But, to our FRC fam, so,
sabi nga namin, yung kasi, si Chai, medyo parang naka-Mother Mary.
Yes, it's giving Mama Mary. Shout out to you.
And then ako, I would say, ito talaga yung pinaka-topic natin for this episode.
Ikaw yung bida.
Oo, Saint Joseph. Hindi ako. Si Saint Joseph, yes. And this is our episode entitled, Built Different, Saint Joseph's Blueprint for Life.
Actually, medyo unique yung episode just because hindi siya madalas pag-usapan.
Tama. Yeah. Actually, ang usual image ko lang ni Saint Joseph is nasa Belen siya.
Yes, na may staff.
Pag magki-Christmas na, katabi ng manger ni Jesus at ni Mary. Or, yung usual din, ngayon sa mga Pinoy, medyo sikat yung natutulog na Saint Joseph statue. Which, to be honest, sobrang relate ako. And we'll hear more about that kung bakit din ganun yung mga imagery ni Saint Joseph with our guest for this episode.
Yes! To our FRC fam, let's introduce our guest, Father Edwin Tolentino, OSJ, who is the parish priest of San Clario de San Jose. Hi, Father! Welcome!
Hello! Good day!
Hello. Father Edwin, also known as Father Tawin.
Yes.
Father, ba't pala OSJ, no? Kasi first time ko yun narinig actually. So,
well, first of all, thank you for inviting me. Well, I'm a priest of the Oblates of St. Joseph.
And, OSJ.
OSJ, Oblates of St. Joseph, an Italian congregation that we came here, the Philippines, in the year 1915.
Wow,
and one of our parishes here in Manila is Santuario de San Jose in Green Hills. I'm a Batangueño from Padre Garcia, Batangas. Our town is administered by the Oblates of St. Joseph. I started serving at the age of 9 as an altar server in our parish in Padre Garcia, Batangas. And so, since then, I was recruited to enter the congregation of the Oblates of St. Joseph.
Pero Father, so, puro St. Joseph yung experience nyo, basically. Do you have a personal experience? Yes,
because our parish is under the OSJ, Oblates of St. Joseph. So, the OSJ promotes the devotion to St. Joseph. And my parish is Our Lady of the Rosary in Padre Garcia, Batangas. So, our patron is Mama Mary. And the Oblates of St. Joseph is promoting the devotion to St. Joseph. So, since I was a kid, we have this devotion to both Mama Mary and St. Joseph. And so, I would always be, introduced and oriented to the devotion to St. Joseph. The first lay association promoting the devotion to St. Joseph was founded in 1951 in Padre Garcia, Batangas, known as the Josefinos, which is in Padre Garcia, Batangas. And my grandfather is one of the first members of the Josefinos.
So, Father, you mentioned na devotee kayo ni St. Joseph but also of
Mama
Our Lady
Mary.
of the Holy Rosary.
Yeah.
So, bate pa lang kayo nagro-rosary?
Every day, my grandparents would ask us to pray the Holy Rosary. And we're required. No? My grandmother would be angry if we're not in the upper room in our second floor of our house praying the Holy Rosary. So we were taught to have the Rosary always with us in our pocket. So when I was a little boy until I was until seminarian and I was a priest, I used to bring Rosary on my pocket. No? Kaya lang, laging nawawala eh. So, I always misplaced my rosary. So, when I became a priest, I made it a point that I always wear the rosary with me. And so, since I was a priest, I wear my ring rosary. And
this ibig niyo sabihin ng wear.
Never left my finger, no? So I have a rosary with me all the time. At 6 o'clock in the evening, we're required to stop
before dinner.
Don't move because we will pray the Angelus. And after the Angelus, you're required to go upstairs, the second floor of our house, and we will pray together the Holy Rosary. No? When I was a little boy, syempre, little kid ka, you're praying the Rosary, repetitious, I just used to sleep. No?
Para si St. Joseph.
Para si St. Joseph. Aligned naman, on brand siya.
Yeah, that's why I have a devotion to Mama Mary, always praying the Rosary. Yes.
I think a lot of our FRC fam can relate, no? Yung 6 p.m. sa gabi, kailangan mag-rosary, whether it's our lola or parents natin. Parang, required mag-rosary as you mentioned.
Very important, for us, especially in our town, every 6 o'clock, the bell of the church would toll, and as a sign of Angelus. And in our town, I remember when I was a boy, everybody used to stop, the whole town. No, those who are playing the basketball would stop. Those who are in front of the patio in the church would stop because it's a sign that we have to pray the Angelus.
So that's a very vivid experience of your devotion to Mother Mary.
Well, both Mama Mary and St. Joseph.
Paano siya naging connected din kay St. Joseph?
We always make it a point that if you have a devotion to Mama Mary, then you must have a devotion to St. Joseph. If you have a devotion to St. Joseph, then you must have a devotion to Mama Mary. You cannot just have one devotion, no? Mama Mary, where is St. Joseph? Well, the Archbishop Emeritus of Lipa, Archbishop Ramon Arguelles, Didi, would always point that out very clearly, no? That the devotion to Mama Mary and St. Joseph cannot be separated. He used to joke that what God has joined together
cannot be
separated.
Okay.
So, alam mo, Father, very fresh take yun. Ngayon ko lang siya na-realize na, it makes so much sense.
Kasi mag-asawa sila.
Na parang if you're a strong devotee of Mother Mary,
it goes to show that you are also
a devotee
Actually,
of St. Joseph.
Let me catch that quickly, Father. No? So, dahil nga, yun yung usual na image kasi natin of St. Joseph as a husband. So, I think I kind of want to also drag that to the image of how it was portrayed in the Bible. Ilang taon ba talaga si St. Joseph?
Okay, that's a very important question on the image and the fatherhood of St. Joseph. Because in some imagery and iconography, you would see St. Joseph as an old man.
Yes.
But biblical scholars pointed out that it cannot be. St. Joseph is not an old man. Well, first, biblical scholars pointed out very clearly that, yes, Mama Mary was a young girl.
Teenager.
14 or 16 years old. But St. Joseph is not a lolo.
Yeah, medyo weird.
Diba?
It's giving creepy vibes.
Well, first, let us imagine that St. Joseph would travel long distances with Mary. How can an old lolo travel from Israel to Egypt and back and forth? So, biblical scholars pointed out that, yes, Joseph is an adult.
Mature lang
mature man. Maybe around 25 years old to 30 years old. Well, why? The question is why St. Joseph was pictured as an old man.
Yes,
well, because in ancient theology, they have to point out that Mary had no relationship with St. Joseph. And so in order to point out that this man can no longer, perform the consummation of marriage, that he never touched, and he is no longer able to touch Mary. So that's why in some artists depicted St. Joseph as an old man. Lolo na
Medyo funny yung perform.
Yun pala yun.
Lolo na.
For clarity.
So it can no longer touch Mama Mary because
so more symbolic, artistic way of communicating.
Yeah, maybe.
Tama naman. Most of the depiction and iconography naman are artistic and symbolic.
Lolo. St. Joseph is not a lolo, no?
St. Joseph, sorry about this.
We have to point out, second point is, in the Bible, Joseph is, depicted as is pictured as the just man.
Yes.
So being just, if we say that Joseph is just, he's a good man, and we respected and totally understand the law that he cannot touch Mary, the more that we have to depict Joseph as a young man. Because the virtue will come in. That this man, Joseph, being chaste, was able to,
do it,
control himself, with the grace of God. So the more that we have to depict Joseph as a capable and able man, with the grace and the blessing of God, chosen to be the husband of Mary and the father of Jesus, he was a virtuous man. So he never touched Mary. And Mary had no other children.
Grabe. Actually, that's one of the virtues that Saint Joseph is often admired for, di ba? And usually, yun yung mga pinag-usapan about how sobrang low-key ni Saint Joseph. But he shows great character and strength.
And I think, like going back to the story of him being a husband to Mother Mary, it's also facing a lot of uncertainties, like being in his position. Parang you're just put in a situation, you're gonna be a father, you're gonna be with this woman who's already pregnant, young woman, pregnant, virgin. Like, it won't actually
especially
make so
during
much,
those times.
Yeah, during those times, you will face a lot of judgment, or like, yun nga, parang that also worries you. But I think that's also very brave of him to take on that role.
Yeah, we have to go back to the story where, in the Annunciation, the angel announced the good news to Mary.
Yeah.
But there's another Annunciation, the Annunciation to Joseph, and that's another imagery that we have to clarify. No, again, in the iconography,
please do clarify.
Yes, Father.
In the iconography, Joseph was sleeping. No?
Yes. What does that mean?
Yun na yung
this devotion started when, our Pope Francis came to the Philippines, and he told the story that he is a devotee of Saint Joseph, and whenever he has petitions or asked for something through Saint Joseph, he would write a letter and place it on the image of Saint Joseph who was sleeping.
It's so very fresh lang to, Father.
Yes.
Recent lang pala.
I had, Joseph, according to biblical scholars, was not actually sleeping. Okay. Joseph was in a deep state of prayer. Again, connected to the virtues that Saint Joseph is a just man. No? Being a just man, he is totally connected to God. No? Yeah. Being a Jew, he would always, perform the prayers. And so Joseph, in the most difficult situation of his life, prayed to God. He was in a deep state of prayer. He was not actually sleeping. No? And, we have this naman even we Filipinos, no? Kahit siguro yung mga lolo't lola niya, no?
Kala mo tulog, pero deep state.
Yun pala yun, deep state of prayer.
Ito mo yung lola mo, no? Praying the rosary. Hail Mary, full of grace, sleeping pala, no?
No, she's just dreaming.
In the deep state of prayer, Joseph was actually praying when the angel Gabriel was sent to him to proclaim the good news that he would be the husband. He's the husband of Mary, and he will be the foster father of the Son of God. And so Joseph, in the Annunciation to Mary, Mary expressed the words, I am the servant of the Lord, let it be done according to me. That's the fiat. No? Joseph did the same, but did not express that in words. Because according to the Bible, when he woke up, when he was awakened, he did what the angel had told him. So just the same, Mary and Joseph, just the same, obeyed the will of God, but not as a sleeping man. We have to clarify that.
Mahirap yun, tama.
Not as a sleeping man. Saint Joseph wasn't actually sleeping. No?
He had thinking.
He was in a deep state of prayer because of his difficult situation. Learning that your, wife, remember that they were betrothed already. That's the first stage. They were betrothed, so considered husband and wife. Only to learn that your wife is pregnant, and Joseph is a just man. No, so he knew the law and wouldn't even touch Mary because that is prohibited. And so Joseph, in the most difficult situation of his life, prayed to God, and that is why Joseph is depicted as sleeping. But we have to clarify that he's not asleep. No. Saint Joseph is not a sleeping man. He is a praying man.
Okay. And that's probably why people would put intentions pa rin. Kasi nagdadasal pala si St. Joseph.
Hindi kasi siya tulog, okay?
Very new takes, Father. Yes. Actually, yung una is interesting to know na one of the very special iconography of St. Joseph, or at least parang mga rebulto ng mga santo. Saan ka ba makakita ng nakahiga na santo, no?
Very rare.
Is actually, parang dito pala nanggaling sa Pilipinas, yung ganong
mga Pinoy talaga.
Image. And also second, St. Joseph, as Father clarified, hindi siya natutulog. He's in a deep state of prayer and peace with God in the most difficult of times of his life.
Yes. And I think it's very quiet, no? What I notice is that his life
ako pag magsalita yung rebulto siya, yung mata.
Ayoko, wag ako. No, pero even just how, di ba, yun nga, we talked about him na not being talked about commonly, right? Parang, mas nandun yung light kay Mama Mary.
Correct.
But actually, he was really in a difficult situation. And then, yung pagiging prayerful niya is that very silent din.
Yes.
Di ba? Parang, yun nga, deep state of prayer, pero di natin alam, sobrang hirap na siya. But then, pagising niya, parang siguro awaken siya in a way na, okay, I'm ready to take on this role.
He was depicted as the silent man, but remember that is connected to his role as a carpenter. Action speaks louder than words. He did not say anything, but did everything according to the will of God. He's a doer more than being a speaker.
Actually, Father, ride ko lang ulit dun sa pagiging tahimik niya. No? I think I was talking to you about this earlier na wala ngang record of his death. Parang napansin namin sa story din of like Jesus' life. Bigla na lang siyang like, okay, wala na siya. Like nung crucifixion, si Mama Mary na lang umiyak.
Parang assumed lang na probably
wala
nag-pass na siya noong time na yun.
Because also, as maybe that was the intention of those who wrote the gospel, that, well, from the beginning, it's not all about Joseph. It's about Jesus and the mother Mary, and Saint Joseph is just at the background, no? Because the role of Joseph, well, it's not limited, but God would like to, well, show to us that the role of Joseph is also as important as the role of Mary, but the focus is not on Saint Joseph. The focus is on Jesus, and that is, well, the gospel, the good news.
I hope FRC fam na-catch niyo yun, no, na St. Joseph really is a very good model for our families, especially to the fathers. Parang rare makarinig ng mga tatay na devotee ng mga santo or kunyari ni Mary or nung sino man. And so I hope this is an encouragement, especially for your families, to look to St. Joseph and how he served the Holy Family, how he did God's will, na parang silence, hindi nga siya, di ibig sabihin nun, passive siya no? Very much active obedience coming from St. Joseph. Ako yun yung na-catch ko na hopefully may inspire din yung mga FRC fam fathers, may bago, in leading their families and being devotees.
Yes, and I think also on the family side, not just the fathers, but also like the kids, the mothers, to appreciate actually the role that the fathers are playing every day. Na they are faced with a lot of uncertainties, but they stay strong.
Yes.
Right?
Advance Happy Father's Day.
Yes. Father's Day episode.
But on the other hand, actually, gusto ko lang i-point out, Father, na parang napakagandang model talaga ni St. Joseph for family. Na parang pasok siya sa mga fathers as a good role model. Pero when we were talking about Joseph being a young man, parang ako, nakarelate ako dun na parang...
Nakarelate ka.
Oo, na yung image ni St. Joseph is actually very also close to me as someone who is young. Yes. Kinilim ko para sa sarili.
Sige, sabihin natin, young ka ba?
And obeying the Lord in whatever He tells me to do. So, whether like magdala man ng pamilya, ng nakadangki lang tapos, kasi sa imagery nakakatawa nung sinabi ni Father
ganun
na,
kasi.
Kung matanda si Joseph, hindi niya ata masusurvive yung travel. Oo nga, nakatayo lang si Joseph, si Mary lang naman nakasaya sa donkey, di ba? Naglakad lang siya the whole trip. So, very encouraging siya in terms of strength and obedience.
That is why, during the feast of the betrothal, we in Santuario de San Jose invited not only married couples, but also engaged couples, and many attended, for the blessing, because we are promoting the virtues of Saint Joseph, no? And we have to introduce Saint Joseph, no? Parang konti lang yata yung nakakakilala sa kanya,
Yes.
no? And this is very important. No? One aspect, as we promote the devotion to Saint Joseph, no? The first thing is we have to know Saint Joseph. Kapag tinanong tayo, kilala mo ba si Saint Joseph? Naku, hindi eh. Wala naman kasing nasusulat sa Bible.
Yung Father, yung maraming kulay na cloaks.
Yes. Yan,
No?
parang yung outfit
Iba-iba.
mo.
No, we have to know Saint Joseph first. We, the members of the men of Saint Joseph, we have to present Saint Joseph, well, as a simple man, of course, so that everybody may identify himself or herself to Saint Joseph. So we use the name in introducing Saint Joseph. The Greek word, from the Hebrew word Joseph, God will increase, or He will increase. So you will be increased, no? If you had a devotion to Saint Joseph, then you will be increased. Look at the name. J stands for just. Joseph is depicted as the just man. Well, he respected the law of God and man. Respected Mary. Didn't touch her. O stands for obedience. Mary is obedient. Joseph is also obedient to the will of God. He did what the angel had told him. S is, that is, silence. Joseph is a silent man, which also stands for, well, service. As I've said, Joseph is more than a worker than a speaker. So Joseph is depicted as a silent man. E stands for being extraordinary. Why extraordinary? Because Mary is unique. If Mary is unique, God has to choose someone who is equal to Mary. Well, Mary is conceived without original sin. Of course, Joseph is not like that. But in his heart, Joseph being a chaste man is extraordinary. Well, to compensate, Mary is being immaculate, being unique. So, Joseph is extraordinary. P stands for prayer, for being prayerful, not for being patulog-tulog.
Hindi nga siya tulog.
Joseph is not sleeping. So, the P in his name stands for prayer. Joseph is a man of prayer. And the letter H, the last letter in the name Joseph, it stands for the foundation of all virtues. And what is that? Humility. Because Joseph is a humble man. Just like Mary, her fiat expresses that Mary submitted herself totally to God. Just in the same way, Joseph submitted himself totally to God, to the will of God. And so that is the name. H stands for humility. Also, if you follow Saint Joseph, that H, just like Mama Mary, the last letter in his name, if you imitate Saint Joseph, if you live like Saint Joseph, in the family, especially the fathers, Joseph will lead you to Jesus. Joseph will lead you to heaven. And that is the last letter. The purpose of having devotion to Saint Joseph is because we want to go to heaven. And Saint Joseph, just like Mama Mary, will lead you to that. Joseph, just, obedient, silent, extraordinary, prayerful, and humble. So we introduce Joseph in a very simple and ordinary way so that everybody may have a special devotion to Saint Joseph.
Yes. That's very concrete.
That's the virtues of Saint Joseph.
Napakadaling tandaan.
Yeah. And that is how we introduce Saint Joseph. Just use the name.
Yes. And nasagot na yung blueprint natin for life.
Oo. Joseph. Nandun pala.
It's the Joseph way of life.
Joseph.
Yeah.
And I think maganda yun kasi you make Joseph very human, but you make it also seem like to everyone that it's very attainable to be someone like him.
Correct.
Yes.
Kasi yung pagiging extraordinary pa lang in ordinary things, that already puts you into perspective na, oh, in the simplest ways, I can actually live by the Joseph way. Diba? Parang, Joseph way.
Tama. So, Father, actually, yung pumasok sa isip ko is how concretely, lalo na sa mga nanonood, sa mga FRC fam natin, if they want to be a more devout, or they want to be devotees of Saint Joseph, like are there other concrete steps that they can take, like find more about you?
Yes. The day dedicated to Saint Joseph is Wednesday. No? During Wednesdays, we offer votive masses to Saint Joseph. We pray the 7 sorrows and the Seven Sorrows and Joys of Saint Joseph. No? And we also have Saint Joseph Rosary. And we also promote the devotion to the couple, no? As husband and wife, no? We celebrate that, January 23, yung betrothal, no? We are also promoting that devotion. That is why this is very important for all of us, no? Especially here in the Philippines, that we focus now on the devotion to Mary and Joseph, because Saint Joseph is the head of the Holy Family. Yes. He took care of Mary and Jesus. And this is very important to the fathers and to the family, no? That we have to take care of our family, our families and loved ones. That's the role of Saint Joseph. No? And just like Jesus, who submitted himself as a human person to the Father. Yes. So children are now reminded that if you have a devotion to Saint Joseph, then you respect your parents, your mom and dad, and you must obey your father. We are actually promoting the welfare of the family.
Yes. Okay.
As a devotee father, I just also found that there are 2 feast days of Saint Joseph. Yeah, is that right?
Yes. This coming March 19, is the feast of Saint Joseph the Patriarch. So you're all invited, no? The FRC family, you're invited to go to Santuario de San Jose on March 19. That's the feast day of Saint Joseph the Patriarch, no? The feast day of our parish. And also, there's another feast day on May 1, because Joseph is the model of workers. So May 1 is also dedicated to Saint Joseph as the worker, the carpenter. Well, another feast of Saint Joseph, as I said, is on January 23, the spousal, no? Where we also invite couples, married, and the engaged couples. So yun yung mga feast days na important on the life of Saint Joseph. On January 23, it's the spousal of Mary and Joseph. On March 19 is the feast day of Saint Joseph the Patriarch. And on May 1 is the feast day of Saint Joseph the Worker.
So I also heard, Father, this May, the FRC, Family Rosary Crusade, will be bringing one of the relics from the Oratory of Saint Joseph in Montreal, Canada. And this is quite special because yung relic belongs to the one who built the Oratory of Saint Joseph. But this is Saint Andre Bicep. Saint Andre Bicep, who is a devotee of Saint Joseph, but also he's part of the Holy Cross congregation. So, same congregation ito ng ating founder na si Father Patrick Peyton. So,
full circle siya.
Actually, first saint to ng Holy Cross congregation. So, they'll be bringing the relic, a first-class relic here ng May. So, watch out. Follow our social media for more details on kung saan ikot tong relic na ito.
FRC fam, punta kayo kasi it's a first-class relic and I heard meron din siyang miraculous healing
properties.
That's one of my dream, no? Ultimate dream. That I used to say when I was a seminarian that kapag ako'y nakapunta sa Montreal, this oratory, pwede na ako mamatay. No? Kaya siguro hindi pa ako nakakakita.
So that's something to look forward to definitely sa May. And lalo na kung na-encourage talaga kayo sa stories and sa character ni Saint Joseph through this episode, maraming concrete ways to actually start your devotion this year. Lalo na tayo sa FRC fam na parang very very devout tayo sa Holy Rosary or
kay Mama Mary. So I think we're already there.
So, this is also to know maybe Saint Andre Bicep, no, na Saint Joseph is actually model and patron of, he was given many titles. Patron of the Universal Church, no? He is, head of the Holy Family, the patron of the fathers, model of workers, no? And he's also the patron of, the dying, no? He's the patron of a holy death. We used to say, not the patron of the dying, but the patron of holy death. No? You want to go, as I said, no, you want to go straight to heaven, there are 2 persons only to go to, Mary and Joseph.
That's what we aspire to be, saints. And to what we aspire is also to have holy deaths. Diba?
Pero
in
siguro
this
next
blueprint
time
of our
naman,
life.
matagal pa siguro. Pero yes, I think in this episode, no, I hope our FRC fam is able to really appreciate the story of Saint Joseph and just understand how we can actually embody the way he lived his life.
Yes, definitely we have Father Tawin to
thank you, Father.
The pleasure is mine.
Yes. Sana hindi ito yung last.
Oh, we feel
Yeah,
your
of course,
passion
of course.
for Saint Joseph.
Anytime.
And
Diyan lang naman ako sa...
really,
Siguro
very
sama-sama
relevant.
tayo sa Montreal.
Yeah. Anytime. Diyan lang
Sa
naman
relic
ako sa...
muna ngayon.
Diyan lang ako sa Santuario de San Jose.
Okay.
Malapit lang.
Sige, Father.
Yes.
Alright.
We hope to see you around, Father. So yun, very inspiring episode. I hope na-inspire kayo doon, FRC fam. Saint Joseph, please pray for us as we continue to lead lives that are hopefully silent and simple before the Lord, but very telling of our actions for God.
To our FRC fam, again, thank you for joining us in this month's episode. Again, it's Chai.
And Rap, who leave you with the wise words of Venerable Patrick Peyton that
the family that prays together stays together.
In a world that prayer is a world at peace.
Bye!
Deep sleep na tayo. Ay, deep prayer.
State of prayer.
Yes, a world in a deep state of prayer will be in a deep state of peace.
Kaya dati pag tulog ako, hindi talaga deep state of prayer.